Hey, welcome. Nice to meet you. And my name is Lucas Purzder. I am responsible for business development at MakoLab. And I am here today to tell you a few words how we see, how we understand, and what is our definition and idea to unlock smart product lifecycle management, and how we are doing this using our creativity, our idea of implementation and the solutions, plus, of course, some real-life examples. Today, I am here with Sebastian, and Sebastian, of course, nice to meet you today, nice to see you today. Will lead the second part of the presentation, but now please say a few words about you.
Hi, hello. Like already Łukasz said, Sebastian Urbański. In fact, I'm a product owner of the one of solution that MakoLab provide. It's a VLM tool that I will show you later. So this is the real implementation of a PLM approach in our company.
Exactly. And for today's meeting, we prepared a short agenda that you can see here right now on the screen. I will not list all of them and read them. You can read it, but of course, later on, we were going to go through all the steps. And I hope the content that we prepared today will be interesting for you. So, starting from the general definition or explanation, what exactly PLM is. PLM is known as a product lifecycle manager, product lifecycle management tool, or in general, a solution that helps you to manage the life cycle, how in general call it, of a product, of a solution, of a service. And as you can see here right now, the general definition is very much likely aligned with the current usage, the most popular usage of PLMs. And it quite easily you can find them in the manufacturing process. But of course, not only. In the history, companies have realized that the production process, starting from the design to manufacturing, is a steps process that it would be good to monitor and to understand what is exactly happening, how to make it more efficient, how to control what is happening, how to exchange information and data. And to do that, some big players, as you can see here on the screen, like Siemens or Dassault or SAP, decided to build a dedicated applications. And examples of that you can find in asset management or computerized maintenance, but also some non-physical objects like IT assets management, licenses or services, softwares as well. Of course, it's also important from circular economy to manage and monitor end of the life of a thing. Let's call it a thing, because it's not always a product. Sometimes it's, like I said before, many different options. So as you can see, there are multiple possibilities of managing the life cycle. But what is common for most of them is that they are treating a certain part of production, certain element of a production. And the next evolution or step was to build more complex, more unified platform that allows to also integrate all information that are happening around. And if you ask why companies are investing and building and implementing PLMs, well, definitely the most important trigger is a cost reduction. when we are talking about manufacturing, if you know exactly what is happening with all the components, with all the suppliers, with all the materials that are needed, then you can manage it and predict your production, your design, your maintenance better. That allows you to save a lot of money. Also, through that solution, you can collaborate with different teams, different areas, not only in the same factory, but of course in different places around the world. So this also allows to unify a flow and exchange information easily. This, for example, is a great example when we are talking about digital twins. With the digital twin, we are talking about a digital copy of a real product. And with that digital copy, people from different continents, different countries can work on the same thing in the same time. When you add to that improvement and amount of data that is flowing, and when we are talking about data, of course, also AI possibilities, you can definitely see that we can avoid much more errors, we can reduce more costs, and also we can launch product faster into the market. Of course, all of that is also important when we are talking about sustainability and circular economy, because knowing exactly what is happening with your product during the whole life cycle, you can put a tag to each step of it, and you can measure the footprint of each stage, each element used for that production. So this is also very important to understand what exactly was happening during the production phase. And as you can see, big players on huge markets like automotive, aerospace, or consumer electronics have implemented their own PLM solutions, mainly, of course, on the production, because they want to understand, they want to know, they want to measure and monitor what is happening with their products, where can we be better, when can we be more efficient, and of course, where can we save some money. And if we are talking about some examples, you can easily find, of course, from the automotive market, some great examples how big players were using, like here, Ford, digital twins to simulate the performance, or Volvo to also reduce recycled materials. It wouldn't be possible, it wouldn't happen if they would not use the PLM solution. Because thanks to that, they were able, and they are able, to measure all the KPIs that they set to themselves, and this helped them to achieve their goals. Another examples you can find from Waymo that they were using for software and not hardware, and this helped them also to manage and carry the auto updates, of course, following and keeping all the restricted compliance security policies. And Stellantis, we all remember the chip crisis a few years ago, post-COVID time, and to also better prepare the production, just-in-time production, they needed to know where exactly all the components are located right now, and dedicated PLM helped them to understand this, to predict this, and to implement this in the production. But we are talking about production manufacturing right now, but definitely it's not all. I think it started there because it was easy to understand in the closed environment what is happening with our product. Definitely right now we see a big race when we are talking about the sales and usage phase. So we have a product that we built, that we designed, and now we want to offer it to the market. So why not use a similar application tool to manage this process with our customers and with our sales departments? And we at MakoLab are seeing this from two perspectives, and we can prepare dedicated solution from two perspectives. One is a customer perspective, where the customer is searching for a product for him and wants to find some information, wants to find the best possible financial aspects, wants, of course, later on use it and returning when decided to change for a new model. From the supplier perspective, seller perspective, of course, you have this option of managing and monitoring each stage, each phase of the product that you already sold to your customer. Because after selling it, it's not only about, okay, it's done, we have a customer, now we can search for another one. After sale is more and more important. And to manage this after sale process, you can definitely use a PLM solution. Is it perfect for marketing campaigns, predictive maintenance, communication with the customer, offering additional service, and when it comes to remarketing, also to payback process, recycling, or reselling again. Because why not to sell the same product twice? And when we have this path and we were thinking about the circular economy, we can see that definitely the good PLM, the right built PLM, allows you to have this ongoing process in the circle, recycled, reuse, remarketing. Those are the common words that you can easily find. And definitely a lot of companies are following this and investing in this. Just to name Apple for refurbishing their phones, or BMW for recycling batteries in electric vehicles. So if you have a right solution where you are combining and gathering all the data for the whole life cycle of your product, then definitely you can manage it better in the second life or during the recycling phase. But also, of course, sometimes the regulations might also expect from you to provide the information about the carbon footprint of a vehicle. Here we go. You can also have it here in this solution, and it will generate the report. It will gather all the data from the life cycle, and at the end, it can summarize how big the carbon footprint through the whole life cycle of a product was generated. And here is the part where we would like to tell you some words about the real-life example of how we built a dedicated vehicle lifecycle management tool. Because, again, the complete vehicle journey is not only one line journey. It's a concept, of course, but also a second life, and sometimes the end of the life of a vehicle. But it doesn't mean that it cannot be digitalized and connected with exchanging information, with gathering the data, and understanding our customers. That is also, I think, very important to use this tool to understand how our customers interacting with our products. Sebastian, I think it's your time to shine.
Yeah, great. Thank you for that. So yes, what I will show you in this part of presentation is, and on what I will focus, is to show you this real implementation of our existing system that we prepare for our one of main of our clients, and this implementation is working at least 3 years from the beginning, I think now, from the start. So it's quite complete solution, but still, I will also focus on what we are doing and how we are working now, and why in fact, implementation of those types of tool is always in progress. And where we are, I will now tell you what was the main need of entire implementation. The main focus from our and client perspective was to have the knowledge, because from perspective of client, he had on the beginning, before we start, entire knowledge about his product. So in this case, we are talking about the vehicle as a product. So of course, the producer of vehicles knows everything about his vehicle. Yes, so from the beginning, from the offer preparation for the next steps, ordering the vehicle to the production, transportation, etc., etc. So all the knowledge is on his system, but on which system? When we start the project, we gather the information and start to building basic life cycle flow for the vehicle. What we know after that, we know that of course, all informations are there in the company, but in many systems, Excels, on the emails, and in separate persons in the company. So from the manager perspective, he knows everything, but don't know, in fact, nothing at the end of the process. And if there was any situation that he need to know, for example, about his one vehicle, because there was some production problem, it takes a lot of time to gather the all information. And this was the purpose of one of the purpose of creation the application, to have the knowledge and collect all information in one place. Why it's so important? Because this gives us the focus on the business, and this was the case. Where we are now, and why it was so important from the perspective of this producer, was the amount of data. He needs to know, because at this moment we are tracking, for example, more than 10,000 of vehicles in life cycle. Already we've got archives in our archives, more than 50,000 of vehicles. All vehicles in archives are connected with more than 2,400 documents regarding all of the vehicles. Where was the problem? Also there, because at this moment we are collecting a huge amount of data, and it's not possible to track by a human those types of information, because it's more than 170,000 information per day. Where we are also is related with that that client have a huge organization. So we've got 160 active users in applications, and those users are separated in different companies, different departments, etc., etc. So we need to create a tool that allows all users get the specific information about each of vehicles or entire scope of vehicles. For example, from the perspective of a client here ordering 100 vehicles, so he needs to track all those vehicles, and there is life cycle. On what we focus was to build quite elastic and dedicated application related with the vehicle lifecycle management, So we create the application focused on the digital twin of each of vehicles and start building solution that provides us ability to add new models during and start from the basic things, so like tracking the production data and then adding additional microservice to give some additional possibilities for the other department and other users from the separate companies, for example. How it's working? At this moment in our solution, we've got many models dedicated for the separated types of users. For example, we've got separated tool for the offered creation for the new vehicles. We've got inspection module when we are transferring the vehicles from the manufacturer to the, for example, Poland or any country in Europe. We need to confirm this vehicle is right, so we need to do the pre-delivery inspection. And it's also made in our application, but from the perspective of workshop. We've got also insurance model dedicated for insurance company where we are gathering all information about all already sold vehicles. We've got a tool for communication with government department regarding the registration of vehicles. Also, we are providing a really important model because in our flow we've got the refurb model, so we need to check and rebuy the already used vehicle from the first client. So we need to prepare the entire diagnosis of vehicle. We need to prepare the reparation of the vehicle, and later push those data to the another model that is dedicated for the sales department, but from the perspective of used cars vehicles. So this is quite long process, and it's taking many months, sometimes years, regarding the life cycle that we are tracking. So also we involving department related with the invoicing, so financials module, and last but not least, vehicle management module, where we are tracking entire life cycle, but from the perspective of business of our clients. So he can find any vehicle, he can build any report, and this gives him all knowledge regarding the entire process is ongoing. So as I told you earlier, we've got 10,000 of vehicles, so it's quite a lot of information, and we're giving this for all users that we've got. I will show you now some really small part of application that we've got, and what we are doing in there. As I told you also, this is modular application, focus on model and users. But the quite big problem for us during the implementation was to find one solution that will provide perfect UX and UI for the all users. So we create really huge UX work for providing really working and universal approach for our users. I will show you only slides of the application because, as you will see, it's really huge. This is the main model application, main administration model. So it's maybe not the most beautiful solution, but it's really functional. Why? Because as I told you, we've got a lot of data. This is really part and testing environment, but as you can see, each vehicle is related with many data, In production solutions, we've got here more than 200 columns of data, and each user have each management level user has access for them, so he can pitch the data. He can find the invoicing data here, financial data, some additional data regarding the photos of the vehicles, etc., etc. It's complicated, but in fact, from example, for another type of users from the client perspective, this tool is really easy. So the need of the client is only have the knowledge about few data about his only vehicles, and have access, for example, for the invoices from the external systems to download, and nothing more. So the dedicated user have really dedicated for him view and see only the data that he should to see. So it's more easy for each type of user. And for example, from the PDI perspective, so workshop, the situation is exactly the same. So the amount of data is really small in this case. Oh, in this fact, we don't get any PDI process in ongoing, but this is really simple process, for example, for the worker from the workshop. And this is the case of entire application, and it's really I think the user friendly. So as you can see, it's really simple solution after already it's implemented. I will also try to focus because this is modular tool, and I will try to show you one of modules that is really important from our perspective. We are calling this as used car expertise model. So it's related with the diagnose. I will switch to the application and show you how it looks from the, again, workshop perspective, and what we are doing in this model. In this model, we are preparing the diagnose before the vehicle is buyback and refurb from the for the another client. So we've got here entire process of diagnose from the perspective of workshop. So workshop is logging, adding some data about the vehicle, doing the measurement of paint, for example, if there was any any problem, it was fixed already or something. They know something, know that. Workshop is doing really important thing, and it's related with the preparation of diagnosis. So they need to find all damage on the vehicles and add this information for the business and add the calculation. The process is quite easy now. It was complicated before the implementation because entire documentation was prepared on the paper. So creation of all the matches, entire list calculation was do on paper. Then it was migrated to Excel, and the communication was do it by the email. So everything may happen during this, and the process was really long, takes a lot of time. There was huge amount of problem. After implementation, we cut off the time of preparation of diagnose for about 50%, moving this to the our solution. After moving to our solution, because everything is one place. We've got all information about damages here, entire documentation with the photos of the damages already in the application. After implementation of this model, there was another need to provide some additional idea how to add some additional levels of correction in this process. So our idea in last year was to using the AI solution, and we use it. Where was the case? I will switch to presentation because the idea was quite easy to think about it, but complicated when we try to move to the production. What was the idea? Prepare the mobile application where the worker from the workshop is taking a photo. AI will find the damage on the vehicle. After the confirmation by the worker, he will send to our application, main application, so VLM, and the process should finish. Because as you've seen previously, the process was still quite manual. So, okay, we need to find the damage. Some person from the workshop need to select this damage from the list, add some information how to fix it, prepare the photo, add the photo to the damage, and this was really time spending work for all people from the workshop. So the idea was to implement the AI solution, and it's worked. How it's working? Like you can see in this way, because the tool is now finding the element, finding the location of this element, and try to identify the problem and repair method of the element. So specify the damage type. I will switch to another part of the presentation because how it's work and how fast it is. In fact, it's working really fast. So as you can see, this is AI Damage Locator. It's a demo version. So I will now try to load few photos with the damages. And the application on the fly is finding the points where was the problem on the vehicles. So for example, when I upload few photos, he already identified there is a problem with the fender, and there are the scratches on this vehicle, and they are here. The same for the glass, it's here. So the application find all damages on the vehicles, and it's take, as you can see, seconds, in fact, to identify them. Only work that we need to do is to confirm there was no mismatch between real life and the prediction of the AI model. So this is it. After doing the simple action, the person from the workshop need only push one button, send to server, and it's landing. Entire batch of photos is prepared and sent to the server. So from the back office, they also need only the view the damages and confirm it's right. So as you can see, the process is really easy now. And what was the purpose? Why? Because at this moment, after the implementation of AI approach, we've got huge time consumption parts moved to the AI. So when we contact with the client, we get information that they are have this implementation of FI cutting about the 17 minutes on each diagnose process. So when we add everything, in fact, in scale of entire month, we are saving about 6 days, working days, for entire company from our perspective now. So this is, I think, quite nice improvement, and this is what we are doing now. And this is the case where we using the AI, and it's working for real implementation, already working. And this is the case also where we are showing what we are doing in case of entire application. So we are adding the modules and still working on it. As I say previously, in case of entire application, this module was added in the last year. So we are still thinking, still getting idea for the new improvements, for new implementation in this application, in case of this dedicated product. So the vehicles. Yes, I think that's all from my part, and this was only the slides of entire implementation, because when we are trying to prepare the full demo of application to show all features in it, it's taking about 2 hours. So I think it's quite long journey for this short webinar. So yeah, that's it. I think.
Yeah, definitely, Sebastian, you're right that we can talk about this solution that we built for our customer for hours, but also it's what you said before. The current status of the solution is a result of a few years of a fruitful cooperation. And it's not a finite solution that we built for them. It's ongoing development, and I think you can right now also build a PLM solution to manage this VLM solution for our customer, because each year we are thinking about new functionalities, we are adding new functionalities, and of course the application is still running in the production and is in use, generate and accumulate a big amount of data. Okay, thank you definitely for this demo, for this presentation. If I'm mistaken, I think right now we have time for a few questions, and I already have seen that some questions were published in the chat. Yeah, what does connected mean? Well, definitely it is not anymore a trend. I think now it's something quite common and obvious that modern vehicles are connected. So they are exchanging data on both sides almost in a real-time manner. So why not to use this ability, this functionality of a vehicle, not only to update the software in the vehicle, but also to send an information to the driver, to the user, also to receive the information from the vehicle, to understand the performance, to predict unwanted situations, to also propose additional service to our customers during the usage phase. So definitely the right PLM has to have a functionality of connecting, of being connected to the product. Of course, if the product has this functionality, to keep up the pace and to be online during the whole life cycle. So yeah, definitely this is one of the questions. How long does it take? I think, Sebastian, we're going to answer it, but from my perspective, I think it's a lifetime situation, because you can set it up a quite basic application that you are building up year after year, month after month. So it's always a matter of a complexity, and if you want to start right now in a short period of time with something basic, or you want to spend more time but build more complex system, more complex application. How it was, Sebastian, in your case?
Yes, exactly. There is no sense to prepare huge solution at the beginning. Yes, in our approach, we start from the basic models step by step. So we are still have fully functional application system, huge system in fact, with many models. But we are adding the models step by step. And if there is any idea for the new model, we are just building it, testing it, adding it. But there is nothing like stop for the application. Yeah, we are just thinking about adding new model, and it's like weeks, months regarding the implementation of the model and regarding how big is it. But in fact, we are still adding and adding the new models, thinking about those, and it's working like that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Next question. Huge amount of data in the system. Well, yeah, definitely. If you add new functionalities, then quite often you are also adding new data that is required and is flowing through this new element, new model. So yeah, definitely, it depends. It depends which kind of a technology we'll use. We can update this, refresh the data in a batches. I don't know, once per day or twice per day, but also why not to use real-time streaming data and be always connected, be always up to date. It's a matter of also understand the needs and the technological background in the company to predict it and to design the right architecture of a solution. But definitely also this is a service that we can support and provide as well. To what extent in the application automatic does the user have to monitor the process? I think, Sebastian, you can answer this.
And again, it depends. Yes, because user can track the entire process manually, so he can view where is the vehicle, what is working, what is happening with him. But in fact, the application has a huge notification model that provide the information about anomalies. So if something is happening, for example, with the one vehicle of or entire batch of vehicles, he will get the notification from the system. In this case, hey, please look on that, because it's something not right with those vehicles, or you need to do any action. So the system is maybe not thinking for the user, but give him some knowledge before he think about his needs in this case.
Okay, yeah. What else inspired you to use AI? How did you implement it? Sebastian, we're going to talk about the implementation, and I can easily say that he is the author of this functionality for the solution. But I think definitely if you are thinking about data, if you are thinking about, well, what can I do with that? You have to think about AI to better understand the data. It's correlated, it's going hand by hand. Of course, good quality data is one thing, but again, without data, AI will not gonna exist. So definitely this is something that supports you, like just before Sebastian said, it will help you to find those anomalies, and we're gonna tell you, hey, something wrong is here. So you don't have to spend time and searching for that. If there are no anomalies and everything is going smoothly well, the AI module can definitely help you to do things faster and smoother. Of course, it's not only about doing something fast, because some might say fast doesn't always mean right or in good quality. But yeah, definitely here we can see a big improvement when it comes to accuracy, when it comes to finding things that sometimes people, after 5, 6, 7 hours of working, might not to recognize it. AI is never tired in general.
Exactly.
And how it is implemented, yes?
I will only add, because in this case it's quite funny, because we implement this model related with the AI damage locator, because we find the possibility of use already existing data in systems. So we focus on the analysis of data that client already had. We focus on this. This gives us opportunity to train our own model to find the damage, etc., etc. But what is really important, we didn't, replace the employees. Yes, in fact, this model and AI give the working employees additional time for other tasks. So this is really, really, I think, important, that this solution is not, kick off the people from the work, but it's give the additional possibility to find new task for them and give some time for thinking and the other complex things that they are doing in their work. So yeah.
Okay. Why VLM is modular? Wouldn't be better as a product? Well, I think not. I think it wouldn't be better as a product, because even if you have a product, still you need to tweak it and fit it to the existing systems and existing environment at the client side. So definitely there are always some work needs to be done, and each customer has a different situation, different needs, different approach. Like I said before, sometimes you just need a minimum value product to start doing something, and after a period of time you are going to add new functionalities. Sometimes you want to build the whole solution from the scratch, from the beginning, and you have more time for that. Yeah, it's a matter of being flexible and always propose things that customer really need. So that's why there are elements, modules that you can already use that we showed before. But of course, if you have some new functionalities needed or idea for something more, then of course, why not to build it definitely that is dedicated for you, and that will fill all your requirements. So that's why I think modular or custom-made solutions are in this situation better than a product. Yes, we have a demo. Like Sebastian said, it's like 2 hours long demo that we are going through almost all functionalities that exist right now. So yeah, definitely, if some will be interested in, we can set it up a dedicated session for that and go through all the elements that exist right now in this solution. Why to invest? Well, definitely to earn more money. Because where is data, you can use the data to monetize it and to generate more income. But to do it in a smart way, you have to manage the data. You have to manage the source of the data, your product, but also the relation with the customer. With the usage of the data and based on the relation that you have with the customer, you can try to propose additional service. You can find way how to fix things. You can see where and how you can perform better, where you can save some money. So definitely it's a backbone that can be fixed with dozens of different sources of information and can help you better understand how your product perform and where you can enrich the relation that you have with your customer. So it's an investment, definitely it's an investment, but an investment that for sure will gonna bring you a profit. Are you leveraging agent to control ELM, and do you communicate via MCP other agents? Congratulations for the solution. Thank you very much for the solution, for this congratulations. Sebastian?
No, at this moment we are not using any more advanced, agents for communication or automation in case of AI. So at this moment we are using only this one, maybe not so easy, but small model regarding the AI.
But also important what you mentioned before, that it was a result of the communication with the customer and opportunity that was seen to use this opportunity to build additional functionality. So of course, in a different situation, in a different environment, if similar situation will happen, then we are ready to develop other agents. Yeah, for sure, definitely. Okay, yes. My pleasure. Can we go next? It was already answered. Yes, and this one. Okay,
so
I think
all the questions answered. So
yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Łukasz, Sebastian. Thank you everyone for attending this webinar. I would like to ask you to follow MakoLab on social media because we up to date about new events. So please, I will put you to the chat the maybe a banner that will help you to find MakoLab on social media, on Facebook. Thank you again. I think it was really interesting and inspiring webinar. As I said earlier, after this webinar, you will receive a recording as well as the presentation of the webinar. So I think if you would like to have some insightful news and after go back to some informations, you can still have this knowledge. So if you'd like to be contacted by MakoLab, someone asked about the larger demos, please leave yes in the query that you see on the main screen. And hopefully you will attend for the next events and find some inspirations and insightful news. And again, Łukasz, Sebastian, thank you very much. And I think see you on next webinars. Do you want to say a few words for the end?
I just wanted to thank you for hosting us here. Thank you, Sebastian, for a great presentation. It was a pleasure, and thank you all attendees for spending an hour with us. I hope that what we showed and told was interesting, inspiring. Of course, if you have other point of view or understanding idea or thinking about this, then definitely you can reach me out, and I am open for a discussion and definitely also for learning new things. So hopefully we will catch up afterwards on some digital sources.
Yes,
Thank you very
definitely.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you also.
So have a great day and see you on another events from MakoLab. Thank you. Have a great day.
Definitely. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.